Today, we're diving into an idea that sounds like it's straight out of science fiction, taking one of nature's most powerful poisons and turning it into a super precise medical tool, all by using a simple beam of light.
Just think about that for a second. What if a medicine could just float around in your body, totally harmless, causing zero side effects, until a doctor shines a very specific kind of light on, say, one single spot? And just like that, the drug switches on, does its job right there, and then switches off. It's not magic. It's the goal of a whole new field of science.
So, let's break this down. How do you actually build a drug that has its own personal on-off switch, one that you can control with light?
You know, a lot of our most powerful medicines are, well, they're kind of like sledgehammers. Take chemotherapy, for instance. It's amazing at killing cancer cells, but it also hits healthy cells all over the body, and that's what causes all those tough side effects. It's a fundamental problem, a lack of precision.
And this is where photopharmacology comes in. It's a bit of a mouthful, I know, but the idea is brilliant. It's all about redesigning drugs at the molecular level so that you can turn them on or off with light. It gives us this incredible ability to tell a drug not just where to work, but also when.
This really shows the difference in a nutshell. Traditional drugs, they're basically on all the time, everywhere. But this new approach, these photo-switchable drugs, they're designed to be off until you shine a light, giving us that pinpoint precision and hopefully way less collateral damage.
Now, to really put this idea to the test, scientists needed something really challenging, a molecule that was powerful, complicated, and notoriously difficult to control. And they found the perfect candidate in a pretty shocking place.
Yep, you heard that right. Scorpion venom. Specifically, a molecule from the venom called Charybdotoxin, or CHTX for short. This stuff is a natural-born master at blocking these tiny electrical gates in our cells, called ion channels. The big question was, could they tame this thing? And here it is. You can see just how complex this molecule is, all folded up. Now that area in red, that's the business end. It's the key that fits perfectly into the lock on our cells, blocking them up. The challenge was massive. How do you attach a light switch to this thing without messing up that critical red part and making the whole key useless?
Tackling on this huge challenge was a team of scientists, with the corresponding work led by Dr. Michel de Waard at Nantes University in France. They really wanted to see if this new photoswitch tech could handle a molecule as tricky as this one.
So how in the world do you actually attach a tiny light switch to a molecule of venom? Well, the process itself is a really beautiful piece of molecular engineering. It breaks down into three main steps. First, they had to create a handle on the venom. They did this by swapping out one of its building blocks for a special one that acts like a docking port. Second, they built the switch itself, a light-sensitive molecule called azobenzene. And finally, using this amazing Nobel Prize-winning method called click chemistry, they just clicked the two pieces together. So cool.
The real magic is in this azobenzene switch. See, normally it likes to be in a straight shape, which they call the transform. But when you hit it with a flash of UV light, it absorbs that energy and instantly snaps into a bent shape, the cis form. It's like a tiny, reversible, light-powered hinge.
Okay, so they built it, they attached it, but the million-dollar question was still on the table. Would flipping this little molecular switch actually give them control over the venom's power?
And this is where we get our answer. That top line represents the normal electrical current flowing through a cell's channels. It's just humming along. Now look at the bottom line. When they add the venom, that current flatlines. It drops almost to zero. The venom completely shuts the gate. It is incredibly effective.
So, did it work? It was a huge success. Before the light, when the switch was in its straight transform, the venom worked perfectly. It blocked the channel just like it's supposed to. But then, flash. After a pulse of UV light, the switch bent into its cis form. That little bend twisted the whole venom molecule just enough that the key didn't fit the lock anymore. They could actually dial down the venom's power just by shining a light.
This might seem like just one very specific, very cool experiment, and it is. But what it proves opens up a breathtaking new horizon for the future of medicine.
The big takeaway here is that this whole concept of photopharmacology isn't just for small, simple drugs anymore. This proves that the technology can be used to tame and control some of the most complex, most powerful molecules that nature has ever created.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. The authors of the study said it themselves. This work offers, and I'm quoting here, new avenues for pharmacological modulation. In other words, it's a whole new toolbox for designing smarter, better, more targeted medicines.
And that really leaves us with a final, incredible thought. Venoms are packed with molecules that could potentially treat everything from chronic pain to autoimmune diseases, but they're just too dangerous to use. But what if that's about to change? What could we accomplish if we could deliver that power with the precision of a laser beam? The possibilities are really just starting to come into focus.